Hello everyone. Wanted to do a quick review on a recent purchase that I made for my 2022 600 Touring, CFMoto 600 Touring, sorry. I was toying with the notion of getting a clutch kit for this machine. One of my biggest complaints, if you look at my first review, which is on our channel, that the machine is an amazing machine for the price and for what you pay, for what it costs. However, the one thing that I've always kind of complained about, or I was not regretting, but I guess I would have, went a different direction maybe, was it felt like there just was a lack of power. So, after doing some reading and after doing some researching, I ended up, stumbling upon a YouTube channel. At the time, it was called RedNeck Garage. The gentleman who runs this channel and runs this business that he has started now goes by RNG Performance. And there's a video out there that he put up, the reason why he changed his name was because somebody else ended up having the name RedNeck Garage, whatever. So he didn't want to cross compete. Get it? And if I'm wrong there, correct me, Steve. But so he ended up changing his branding to RNG Performance, but formerly it was RedNeck Garage. And Steve's grown this channel pretty large in the last few years. So I was watching his videos and I was watching other videos, and I ended up going with Steve at RNG Performance for a primary clutch kit, which included a new spring and heavier weights for my primary. And then I ended up going with the Helix set that he is now selling for Stingray mods. The install, I didn't do an install video, I'm sorry. It took me a little bit longer than I thought because I had to run to a buddy's shop to get a 36mm socket for my secondary. I had everything except that, so I had to go borrow that. But I didn't film it. I will have some footage up in this video of me first ride testing it. So a little bit of background on the clutch kit. So back in August, around that time when this new Helix dropped, Steve over at RNG Performance was, putting video after video out. And, I was like, oh my God, I got to get this. I got to get this. Maybe this is going to wake my machine up. This is probably what my machine has been lacking. So I ended up reaching out to Steve in August, and I think then he quoted me a price of like $369, and that included everything that I needed to for my riding style, which is pretty much trails, a lot of rocky terrain, some hills. I'm not killing the mud. I will take it in some stuff, but I'm not that guy that I'm going to go out and sink an $8,000 four-wheeler. I've only had it 5-6 months, so maybe in 3 years, but I'm not going to be doing that right now. So anyway, so he quoted me a price back in August, and unfortunately I lost sight of it. I had some things going on, and as of recently I decided to reach back out. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy, as soon as he pops a video up, boom, they're sold out. His wife is shipping these things out. It's insane, at which I'm happy. I'm happy for them. It helps provide for their family and for the goal that they're trying to reach. So I totally get it. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm never going to be able to get a clutch kit. They're always going to be either sold out or the price is going to go through the roof because there's such high demand for this thing. Not the case. He actually had some in stock, and I don't think the price changed that much, maybe a few dollars. I was completely amazed. So, this is a product that is completely taken off. Steve over at RNG Performance is pushing this product. The gentleman who is running Stingray mods, he's making a great Helix. They got something there that they could easily pull that price up. I know there's competition out there, but I'm going to tell you what, when you look at certain competition and you look at what they're selling, you know, and I'm not knocking competition, you know, I don't really know their product, and I'm not going to badmouth their product in any way. But when you look at prices and in today's economy, I think, you know, in the end, most people are probably going to go with what works for their pocket. So I ended up going with this clutch kit, and in no way am I saying it's cheap. It's not. It's not cheap at all. I think out the door with the spanner tool, it was a bolt that I paid for. I think it was like $364 before tax, which isn't really bad. So that's that. So that's you know, why I ended up going with the clutch kit. I've been watching Steve's videos forever. Just following, and you know, I'm seeing what these guys are doing, and I'm like, you know, my machine appears capable to be doing that, but it's not right now, so it's lacking something. The next thing I'd really like to get is a tune, but we'll see. So anyway, so on to performance. So the install was straightforward. He has videos out there. As a matter of fact, I have one up right now. It's not playing in the background, but I will hit it in a second. And you know, the install is pretty straightforward. If you can't install it, obviously I ask, you know, I recommend you guys, you know, you get somebody to help you. You know, even a local mechanic, you know, would be able to help with that. So on to performance. So I installed this clutch kit, and I noticed right away that it was incredibly smooth taking off. Now I ended up doing, and again, I'm sorry, I'm jumping back. I ended up doing the penny mod, and I know that sounds crazy, but if anybody goes out and looks at the CFMoto primary penny mod or clutch mod, these clutches are very jerky from the factory, and they also rev very high when you're riding trails. So the mod consisted of weighing out specific pennies. I think they had to weigh like 3 or 3.3 grams. You tuck them one behind each weight. And believe it or not, it really helped with the engagement. It also helped with the, you know, the trail, high revving RPMs. And so I ended up doing this, and the engagement right away is so smooth. It's so controllable that you can literally just sit on the throttle just a hair, and it's just barely engaging. I mean, it's just, it's hard to explain. You have to witness it. And if you look at some of Steve's videos, you'll see that the throttle control is just, it's spot on. The next biggest thing that I seen as a massive improvement was, and everybody complains about this, is the shifter. From factory, my shifter was very difficult to get in to engage and to operate at times. And I believe that was because of possibly that primary spin in, possibly getting the belt to move a little bit. So, you know, I don't know, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm just trying to think of, like, you know, what could possibly be causing that shifter to act the way it acts. So I got to rock it. If you look at some of my videos on the channel, sometimes I fight with this thing. So I ended up adjusting it. Saw another video out there, and I adjusted my shifter rod, and I couldn't get low gear to engage. It was grinding. It was a pain in the butt, and I didn't want to damage the four-wheeler, so I ended up turning it halfway back. It seemed to get better, but it was still like hard to shift. This clutch kit, I couldn't believe it. As soon as I started the ATV after installing the clutch kit, taking it out of park, running it through the gears is how an ATV should operate. It's no longer, you know, jamming up. It's no longer fighting me. Even on the trail, if I come to a complete stop, I slam that thing in reverse. It's like shifting through butter. So huge improvement there. As far as performance, I'm going to say immediately, as soon as I hit the trails, I was able to test it and ride it. And they'll be up, like I said, I'll put some video up. that you guys can see, night and day. Amazing night and day. The engagement at takeoff, you know, if you go wide out full throttle, is shocking. And not only shocking, it's actually consistent all the way from go all the way up to top end. Before, yeah, it would jump and it would jump out of the gate, but it was not kick you in your you know, in the seat of the pants type of thing. This thing literally has so much, it feels like it has so much, I don't know how to explain it. Controlled throttle all the way through from low end to top end. I don't feel like I lost anything. As a matter of fact, oddly, I had a video out there, a short that I did, that apparently I had my ATV up to like 50 miles an hour. And I really wasn't looking at the RPMs, but to me, I thought that was like top speed. Nope. With this clutch kit, you know, I'm able to hit close to 60 miles an hour on this four-wheeler. Now, this ATV weighs almost 1,000 pounds, and I'm no small guy. So I'm 6 foot, big dude, you know. So, you know, I probably weigh on that machine, you know, obviously over 1,000 pounds, 1,100, maybe coming close to 12 with me and the four-wheeler. So, you know, for this thing to get up and go, and it gets up and goes to 60 miles an hour, is pretty impressive. I'm also noticing my hill climbing, and I don't climb, you know, I'm not that guy that comes to the bottom of this massive hill, like, you know, these guys on these Banshees and, you know, the two-stroke bikes and the big Raptors, and that's not me. But, you know, every now and then, occasionally, you know, the guys I ride with, we like to hit some hills, stuff like that, nothing treacherous. And I noticed before I installed the clutch kit, that I would have good engagement as I'm hitting the hill, but then it would lose momentum, almost as if like, oh crap, I'm struggling. It's losing speed. It's losing power. Am I going to make it? By the time I get to the top, I always make it. I haven't had any issues yet, but it leaves me questioning, like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this with this ATV. It's probably not really made for that. With this clutch kit, I don't have that issue at all. I hit the hill. As a matter of fact, there's a video I put out there on the shorts feed that I hit the hill doing like 30 miles an hour, and it held it almost all the way up. Before, I might have hit that hill at 30 miles an hour, but by the time I got to the top, it was like lowing out at like 20 miles an hour, maybe even 15. Absolutely amazing that the power is consistent. It's consistent through the low range, it's consistent through the mid range, and it holds on the high range. Another area that I see is this in high, as I'm trail riding, and there'll be a video that I'm going to put up. It literally throws the back end out. I mean, it jumps and slides. I have brand new Sun F tires on that ATV, and it spins them like no tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to post up some videos. Right here's a video of that video of me, you know, I'm not trying to, it's kicking out on its own. And check it out. Here's a video of me at about 30 miles an hour jumping it to, I was trying to obtain top speed, but came an area where I kind of backed off. here's that same video, but I turned the camera around and watch me pull away from the guy I'm riding with. I was shocked. I mean, it was like, see ya. So again, go over to RNG Performance, check Steve out. He's a good dude. I don't get any kickbacks from this. As a matter of fact, it was the first time him and I ever interacted on any type of purchase. Super professional. Answered every question I had through Facebook Messenger. I mean, the guy's busy. If you look at some of the stuff he's doing, plus he's trying to make a living. I'm pretty sure, and he's running a business. Out of his garage. He's doing everything he can to move forward and be successful in this nutty world that we're living in right now. So check him out. He was, like I said, he was super helpful, answered all my questions. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking to myself, hey, I hit you up in August, and now I'm reaching back out to you in December. I'm thinking, sometimes you kind of feel like you get, hey, snooze, you lose type attitude. Nope. Our conversation picked up right where it left off. It was absolutely amazing. He is top-notch, professional, and so far, seems to stand behind his product. I'm watching his videos and I'm checking his comments on, the comments on YouTube and all that other stuff. I don't see a negative thing. Oh, I got your kit and it was horrible. Nope. Everybody's singing praises about the clutch kit. Everybody's singing praises about his support. So I highly recommend go over to RNG Performance, formerly RedNeck Garage. You can check out his YouTube channel. I'm going to link his website, direct website in the comments below. I'm also going to link his YouTube channel as well. And thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, hit me up in the comments below.